Hi guys, Sister Wives for this week. Hopefully I'm going to see you a lot sooner than we did last time, but we're going to jump into the Sister Wives conversation with Leticia right now. So, Sister Wives for this week. So, basically with how they did the structure of this episode, we'll do Janelle, Christine, Meri, Robin. I don't even know if Cody had anything of substance to talk about. Does he really ever? And but something comes to mind, I'll just throw it in there. So let's talk Janelle and Christine. So, I mean, I do find it interesting that Janelle is telling Christine that her marriage is done. Sorry, saying Janelle is telling Christine that her marriage is done before she even tells Cody that it's done. You know, like, the thing is, as a person who has been through a divorce, I'm very open about that, a legal one anyways, and it was a very different situation with Janelle and Cody, but I mean, I do understand, but my situation is very different than Janelle's. They do have kids together. They do have years and years of marriage together. I didn't have nearly as much at the time that I had decided that I was done, but I at least feel like I would have handled things differently, and I would have told him before telling anybody else. But then again, I wasn't in a polygamy situation here. So I feel like that makes it even worse, because I feel like if I was in a polygamous relationship and I went and told my sister wife before I told him that I'm done, whether she's in it or she's not in it, I would have not done that, and I don't feel like he would have appreciated that. But yeah, I found that very interesting that she's telling her this before she even tells Cody. You told him you want a separation, but you also told him that you were willing to work on things. If you can get into therapy and do all of that to try and get things back to normal. So now you're saying the complete opposite. Which is why I still feel in my gut, like, do I care that she's leaving him? No, because I want him to live a lonely fucking life. Let's be real. But I do feel like you told him one thing, now you're changing shit up, because I feel like in my gut she is following Christine and what Christine is doing. What Christine did in leaving her marriage worked for Christine. It is what she wanted and what she needed, because she actually had, as we know, years of issues with Cody. They were having issues from Vegas. Now, I know Janelle and Cody have been back and forth with their issues, but as far as we know, they were perfectly fine for the most part, in comparison to like Christine and Meri, for a little bit, for a bit. So yes, do I think that he is projecting his quote unquote misery of Christine leaving on his wives? Yes. You know, and we do see from like Robin saying like, oh, he's not the same with me. Do I believe her? Yes, I do. I do believe that he's acting like an absolute dick to all of his wives because of Christine leaving. Do I care that Robin's uncomfortable? No. But I do not, God, I can't speak today. I believe her. So, I get it. And also what I found interesting in the conversation with Christine was that Christine was like questioning whether or not Janelle was really serious about leaving and serious about the demise of the relationship with Cody. And she's like, yeah, no, I think I'm ready for this to end or whatever. Like commentary she used. And Christine said, good, that's good. I don't know how that's good. I don't understand how that's good. If this is something that she's expressed for a while that she wants out, then that is one thing. But it's only been, a couple of months? You don't just give up after a couple of months. When it comes to a marriage and a commitment like that, you don't give up after just a couple of months. So it's, I don't know how anyone going through a divorce can actually turn around and say, oh, that's good that you want out. It is, again, going to my divorce, not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. Although I was confident and secure in my decision, there were times I wasn't so secure. There was times I questioned myself on whether or not I really was making the right decision, cried about it. It's not a fun feeling to go through a divorce. I don't wish that on anybody. And for Christine to sit here and just kind of be like, oh, that's good. I'm like, no, there's nothing good about this. There's nothing good about going through a divorce, watching the relationship you've known all of these years to falter like that at any point. It's not fun. So I didn't really appreciate that reaction from Christine. Leave out how you feel about Cody. Leave out all of that. You can't project your feelings about him onto other people's relationships. I feel like she wants Janelle in her life because that's what makes sense to her. And she wants her in her life in a way where it makes sense for her. Because as we know, there's a split in the middle between the wives. We have Christine and Janelle on one side. We have Meri and Robin on the other. So, yeah, yeah. And, Cody kind of making the comment of, all separations lead to a divorce. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. But on the other hand, I'm like, but you've done this before with Janelle. It came out last week that y'all have done this before. So clearly not all separations lead to a divorce, but, definitely puts a strain on a relationship for sure. And I think the biggest thing is that this man is so unaware of how he is portrayed right now. And actually listening to one of my podcasts who did a collab with another one that solely covers the show on their free feed, they said like Cody has not seen how he's been portrayed in these last few seasons because they have been held on to release late in the game. And he's not actually seeing how he's portrayed right now. So I think that's part of the problem here. I don't know if it makes a difference. But anyway, because again, like McKelty, for example, we know she's had twins. She had twins back in last December. That's been out for months now. Both babies are almost a year old. And as far as we know, she's either just about now getting pregnant with them or she's already pregnant with them. You know what I mean? Like, we're so far behind right now. But I don't know there was much else to talk about with the conversation between Janelle and Christine. I feel like I covered the highlights of that conversation. Of course, is there anything that you want to add that I missed? By all means, because I can't remember everything. But Yeah. Meri and Robin's conversation. Now, the first thing I clocked with this was, oh damn, we're in the inside of Mary's home. Who knew? Because we haven't been inside our homes for a while again. We were kind of just starting to get out of the Omicron phase and of COVID. So maybe that's why we're not allowed to go inside people's homes. But anyway, Robin is the most delusional, selfish bitch I have ever seen in my entire life. Her kind of sitting there being like, but you still live here, right? And you're still gonna come back, right? And, I tell him to fix his relationships with his wives. And, Cody's still gonna do what he's gonna do. Then it's like, Robin, it is not news that these two are never getting back together. They have been separated pretty much for the past 8 years. So I don't know what she's holding on to. And Meri says as such as, Robin, it's clear he is done with me. And she knows that. And at the same time, Meri makes the comment about potentially rekindling or something or reconciling their marriage. And it's like, it's never going to happen. You just said it. He's done with you. And then when it comes to her like constantly saying, but you still live here, right? Like, I'm just trying to get a gauge, like if she's going to stay here. And it's like, no, she literally she's going to spend a chunk of her time in Utah, unless she needs to come back for whatever reason. So to me, listening to this, thinking that her primary residence is in Utah, not Flagstaff. And she's like, oh, we're only 5 hours away from each other, which is not crazy far, but it's far enough. So I don't know why she thinks she's going to be coming up all this time and be her sister wife, quote unquote. And it's just like, okay, like, it's never going to happen. And, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. But she also makes like this other comment about, Meri does, about how she never actually calls me or texts me. I usually have to reach out to her. So ma'am, I ask you, why does she need to be there? Why does she need to be there to be Cody's punching bag and your lapdog? Like, it's the weirdest thing. And like, Meri just needs to pack her shit and leave and be done with these people. They're leeches, especially Robin. Robin is nothing but a leech. So I don't think there's much else to really talk about. Oh, I think there was one mention about like, we need to be better sister wife to Robin and all of that, and their frustrations with that, and Cody kind of saying like, I never worded it like that, and her saying like, I don't want to be a victim, and how she's not trying to portray herself as a victim. And it's like, okay, maybe you're not portraying yourself as a victim, although I don't fucking buy it. I think you're telling him things that's making him then go back to his other wives and say to them, you need to be nicer to Robin. You're not being a good sister wife to Robin. You know what I mean? Like, this whole thing about Robin being a quote unquote victim, like, she's not a fucking victim. She knows what the fuck she's doing. It's pathetic. But anyway, the only other thing I wanted to mention was next week, sneak peek. Not sneak peek, but coming up on was this comment that Cody had made, where he really truly said the quiet part out loud when it came to Meri. And God, I wish I can remember exactly what he said now. Now I remember what he said. So he basically said that, when Meri is telling him, oh, I'm not like feeling anything, I'm not, whatever about her leaving. And then he makes the comment of, I don't care. I have one wife who's loyal to me, and I hold on to these wives, or some of these wives, or whoever. I hold on to them so that I don't lose Robin's respect. The fuck you say? I'm like, oh. So you, sir, have just now said the quiet part out loud. Because again, all of this, the wives saying, oh, it's always about Robin this, Robin that. And you're always out here saying, oh, no, it's not about Robin. It's not about her. But then you literally just said, it's about Robin. You just said it. Fuck you, sir. But yeah, I think that's about it. I think I covered everything. So yeah. What are your thoughts?
My whole thoughts on the sister wives, this past episode, honestly, I don't really have much to say in regards to it, because I just found it so ridiculous. Like, the conversation that Janelle and Christine had, it's just like, I'm getting like the vibe that she's just following in Christine's footsteps. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, she got a divorce. I need to get a divorce too. I'm gonna do this because she did it. I'm gonna speak to her first without speaking to Cody first. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do, like, honestly, if this is how she really and truly feels, about getting a divorce and stuff like that, she should have spoken to Cody first about it. Like, you need to speak to your husband first about your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, everything, and be like, hey, we are going to go through a divorce. Don't just go and tell Christine all your business, sister, wife, friend, or not. I think she's wrong in that aspect of doing what she did, but she did what she did, clearly. That's my opinion on that. When it comes to Robin and Meri speaking, I think that Robin is a very I not even want to say insecure. She's a very I don't even know the word. She's just selfish. She's a very selfish person. Like, oh, you're gonna stay here, right? Like, I know you're gonna move your online business, but you're gonna stay here, right? Like, how selfish can you be? Why do you need to hold on to her? Like, she's not, like, I don't understand. Even Meri has the balls to finally say, he's done with me, Robin. So why do you want her to stay? To continue to feel hurt? To continue to feel useless, hopeless? Try to work on a situation that's not going to work? What's the point? Let her go about her business and let her be free. You know what I mean? Let her be free and let her be happy. She deserves to be happy. Let her go. But no, you want to be selfish and be like, oh, well, you're staying here, right? Like, your life is here, right? Bitch, did you not just hear what she just said? she's gonna spend majority of her time in Utah. And if you can't accept that, then fuck off. You know, like, I just don't understand. My God. I don't know. This episode was just weird for me and just wasn't fully there. Yeah. I don't know. But though that's my 2 cents on it, I don't really have much to say about it right now. But yeah, and the last thing you said when Cody said, "Oh, I have one wife who respects me." Asshole, we know. We know. You want to talk about, "Oh, it's not Robin, it's not Robin, it's not." Shut up. We know. We know it's only Robin. All you care about is Robin. You don't care about anybody else but Robin. Robin. Well, fuck him and fuck Robin. And the two of them can go live in monogamy and call it a fucking day.
That's it here, guys. Thank you. Again, gonna keep it completely informal, but you can rate, subscribe to this podcast. You can rate, review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. New website, solo.to/realityt ×2. And also have a new podcast called Next Date Podcast with my friend Mikkel. All of that information for that new podcast will be in the show notes again. All of the show note information will be there. But otherwise, I think that's it. So that's it for now, guys. Bye.